Thanks to the fisher.
I'm not going to win, so I'm not thinking.
She just threw the gauntlet.
Okay, I won't win.
All right, don't worry. Oh,
Jody.
Jody.
Oh, 18.
There you go.
Thank you. Or you keeping my card?
Yeah, if anyone wants their card back.
Well, thank you again for coming. And today we're very, very delighted to have our special guest with us today to do our presentation, The Reputation is Your Greatest Asset. Kristin Moore is the owner and the lead marketing strategic for Clienttech Marketing Consultants. It's a company that's based in West Bloomfield and in Lansing. Kristin is a graduate of Michigan State University with a degree in finance and has a background in accounting, business management, information marketing, and local business marketing. She has been trained by some of the greatest marketing minds in the United States, including Dan Kennedy, Mike Konings, Frank Kern, and Lee Miltner. Kristin has a special expertise in the area of reputation marketing and has been a guest speaker on multiple live panels at marketing conferences across the United States. She has been featured as a case study of successful marketing in a book published by video marketing guru Mike Konings, and currently participates in the exclusive Platinum Mastermind program in the highly respected Dan Kennedy GKIC marketing organization. Today, Kristin will cover topics that include the 5 marketing mistakes most businesses make and how you can avoid them. So right now, let me welcome Kristin, and please welcome with me, Kristin Moore.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. Can everybody hear me without the microphone? Because it's easier if I don't have to hold 2 things in my hands, okay? Normally I introduce myself and I say I am the Chief Engineer at NASA, Attorney at Law, and Miss Universe 2010. I wish. So I'm not going to go into a further description about my business. Suffice it to say that we do always start with reputation marketing. We do offer a complete Clienttech marketing program that is designed to position you as the #1 business in your industry, but today we're going to focus on reputation marketing. So my presentation is normally about an hour and a half long, so I'm going to probably pass through some slides and skip over a few things. But as we said, we're going to talk about the 5 most common marketing mistakes that most businesses make, how you can avoid them, and 4 game changers that have really impacted everything about how you market your business today. So a little bit about my background. I am a lifetime resident of West Bloomfield. I'm the mother of 4 children. Back in 2008, I was widowed. Unfortunately, I am a avid boater, skier. I love the lakes, and I love country music. And if you were here earlier, you heard I was playing it. I was recently just in Nashville, and I think I might actually be moving there. I'd love to move there. Absolutely loved it. These are my 4 kids, Alex, Cameron, Jacob, and Joshua. You can see Alex or Cameron is a Husker. They're heading to the University of Nebraska on a full-ride college scholarship for gymnastics. So I'm pretty excited about that. Sad to be losing her out of our home next year, but these are just some of the people that were mentioned that I have trained with over the past several years. Very well-known people in the marketing space. You might recognize Jake Steinfeld there, Body by Jake. He actually is a genius marketer. He's one of the leading marketers who discovered how to market kind of the new way, way back when people weren't marketing in the new way. So he became very successful in his own right. I am a certified member of the Power Marketing Network, and I was the first winner of the 2013 Synergy Award winner for Power Marketing. Power Marketing is a international network of marketing consultants, but we all work together, we mastermind together because we believe that a rising tide lifts all ships. So although we're all competitors, we all work together. We regularly have conversations together online, by phone. We meet across the country to make sure that we're all using the latest best practices in marketing and getting the best results for our customers. So a little bit about the decline of old school advertising. According to Nielsen, which you all, I'm sure you recognize that name, they do a lot of surveys. Yellow pages are being used less and less. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't use yellow pages, but I think all of you will agree. How many of you have gotten a Yellow Pages book to your door and just kind of left it sitting there?
Right in the recycle.
Yeah. So there is a time and a place for Yellow Pages, and Yellow Pages advertising does work, but you need to have the right Yellow Pages ad, and you can actually just completely obliterate your competition in the Yellow Pages if you know how to place an ad. Most people don't. I can guarantee you that if you look in pretty much every Yellow Pages book in the United States, unless you have somebody using the Power Marketing program or something similar to it, you're not going to find a single ad in there that actually works. Television advertising rose just about 3.5% last year, kind of even magazine ads are down 2.8%, radio advertising is down 0.2%, newspaper advertising is down 4.7%. So what is that telling us? They're not putting a whole lot of money into it. Where are they putting the money? They're putting it into internet. So internet marketing is up 26.3%. So obviously companies aren't going to continue to pour money into a media that's not working for them. So you can see that there is value in internet marketing. Just a couple of interesting statistics. 24% of people own a tablet of some kind. 51% of people own a smartphone. And this one makes me laugh. 22% of the time people are sitting in the same room watching a different screen. And I've done it at my home. Well, there'll be 5 of us all sitting in the same room, and not one of us are looking at the same video, the same screen. We're all on our own devices. So you have to keep in mind that any marketing that you do, people are looking at your business online in one way, shape, or form. And again, mobile, you cannot ignore mobile. Mobile is definitely going to take over desktop and laptop computers if it has not already. There's predicted to be 3.5 million smartphone mobile users by 2017. So if you don't think somebody's looking for you online, every chance that they get driving around in their car, regardless of whether or not they have a computer, everybody is connected. So we say that 80% of your prospects are online doing robo. And by robo, we mean they research online to buy offline. So how many of you have gone to purchase maybe an appliance or a mattress or a bike or a pair of shoes or even just a restaurant, and before you go, even though you're going to purchase online, sorry about that, I'm moving backwards there, before you purchase online, you've already researched it, or before you purchase it in the store, you've already researched it online. That is a very common phenomenon. So even if you are a retail store and you think you have no online business whatsoever, your customers are still looking for you and finding you online. And if you don't know what they're finding online, you might want to check. So that's what we're going to talk about today. This is one of those slides I'm going to kind of skip through fast. It just shows how many billions of searches are happening every month as the years go on. So we're at, in 2012, we were at 3.45 billion local searches online. And according to Comscore Networks, 43% of search engine users are seeking merchants to buy something offline, which is what we just talked about. So my son actually did that with a pair of jumping stilts. Now my son was 12. So he wanted a pair of jumping stilts, and he spent literally a week looking up every single vendor that he could find online that had these jumping stilts. He didn't know a lot about them, he just knew he wanted them. So he was looking for information about them. He was looking for YouTube videos of somebody showing him how to use them. He was looking for what weight class he needed to get, what size he needed to get for his age. And he literally spent a week. And once he found the ones he wanted, then he set about figuring out which vendor he wanted to buy them from, because he was going to go to the bank and take his $80 and spend it with somebody. And he needed to trust the person that he was sending his $80 from. He eventually bought the jumping stilts by himself, went to the bank, got his money, put it in an envelope, mailed it to the guy. I said, how do you know you can trust this person? He said, Mom, I checked everybody out. Trust me, this is the guy that I can trust. This is the guy that had a good reputation. He had a lot of reviews about him. He had good seller rating. And I believe that he's going to come through and send me my jumping stilts. So this was a 12-year-old that did extensive research online. And he ended up buying from a retail store, but they happened to be able to put their items online and sell them that way as well. So where are people searching? Obviously, they're searching Google, Yahoo, Bing, all of your social media networks. People search on YouTube for information now. People search on Facebook for information now. You've ever bought a car. How many of you have ever seen somebody talking on Facebook? Who has a Facebook account here? Who's active on it? Okay. So if you're on Facebook and you're looking to buy a new car, a great place to start is just put a post out to your friends. Hey, I'm thinking of buying a new car. What do you think of, what do you think of a Ford or this truck? Or you can just ask your friends, and you'll get a ton of engagement back on that. Well, automobile companies can take advantage of that because they can participate in those conversations. They can search Twitter, they can search Facebook for these comments that people are putting out there. Their salespeople can be directly speaking with these people they're talking about. Hey, I see you're looking for a car. Why don't you come down and see me this afternoon? I think I'll have something you'd really like. I'd love to take you for a test drive. businesses can participate in the conversations happening online. So it's a very good social media marketing strategy if you're not sure what to do with your social media. Search on Twitter for a topic about what you sell and have conversations with people that are already having the conversations. The best kind of marketing that you can do is to participate in what's already going on in your customer's mind. And if they're talking about it on Twitter, it's clearly a front-of-mind conversation. They're searching, industry authority sites, and they're searching the online directories. Are you all familiar with things like Yellow Pages Plus, Superpages.com, Merchant Circle, Insider Circle? Those are kind of the lower level ones that go along with Yahoo, Yelp, Bing, City Search. These are all online directories, and most businesses are listed in these directories in one way, shape, or form. You may not have put your business there, but you're there. So I'll talk a little bit about why that's important in a few slides. So you should focus most of your marketing attention, your online marketing attention, on Google. Google is king, Google rules everything, and Google continues to put out tools that you should use in your marketing. You can't ignore the other directories because you're there, so you have to be present, but you want to focus on Google. Now, Google provides a number of tools, and every time you use a Google tool, they give you more authority. And every time you connect your business through the Google tools, they give you more authority. So let me give you a quick example of that. You can see in the back of the room that computer is running, and that's actually broadcasting live. Now, I haven't invited anybody to watch the live broadcast, but I could have invited anybody I wanted to view this video online. I could have embedded it onto my website and broadcast it online. That is called a Google Hangout. So is anybody familiar with Google Hangouts? Has anybody used Google Hangouts? Okay, so Google Hangouts are a great way to create content and a great way to allow other people to come into your meeting even if they can't be there in person. But the most important thing is it belongs to Google. So that, as soon as I hit the stop button, so I've hit record, all I did was I logged into my Google account, I hit start Hangout, and I hit record. The minute I hit stop record, YouTube is going to process that video and post it into my YouTube account. It's also going to post it onto my Google Plus account. And then I'm going to take the video and I'm going to use it for a content piece. I'll probably wrap it up and use it the next time I speak as an offer to give to somebody. So if I'm not speaking on this topic, I can use that as an offer. If I'm at a networking meeting, I can take the content that I've developed today and give it to somebody else as a value-added piece. In the meantime, Google sees that I am using their tools. My Google Plus account is connected to my website. My website is optimized. I'm going to go into all of this stuff, but the point is I'm using all of their tools together, and so Google really likes me. Okay, so they like that, and they reward people for that. So let's get into the 5 most common mistakes that businesses make, also the 5 most costly mistakes, I believe. Number 1 is failing to optimize locally, and that's kind of what we just talked about. That's claiming your Google Plus page, claiming your Google Places page, and then optimizing them with the best business information. How many of you know, if you own or run a business, that Google has provided to you a free website? Every business has a free website. So regardless of whether you've claimed it or used it, whether you asked for it, whether you want it there, it's there. And if you fail to optimize that, it will cost you money. Not knowing your keywords, and this comes into blogging. Who knows what their keywords are? Okay, so knowing your keywords is important. What's your business?
Mine, West Bloomfield Parks and Rec.
West Bloomfield Parks and Rec. So what are people typically searching for that you know?
Camps, summer camps, adult recreation, adult fitness.
Okay, so your typical keyword would be summer camp, West Bloomfield, adult fitness, West Bloomfield. And knowing your keywords is important because number 1, it lets you know what information you should be putting online. You want to be blogging all the time. So you want to be providing useful, reliable content to your customers. But if you don't know what your keywords are, you don't know what they're searching for, so you don't know what content to put online. So a good blog post for the Parks and Rec would be just a short blog post about West Bloomfield Adult Fitness. That's the keyword, that's the title of the article. So you want to know what those keywords are, and then you also want to check your keywords and see who else is showing up for those. Which other customers are showing up in your space? And do they dominate the first page of Google? Are you even there? And if you are there, how many times are you there? And the more content you can put online, the more times you're going to show up on the first page of Google, the more opportunities your customers have to find you. Not creating video content is another mistake. Again, I talked about Google owns Google Hangout. Well, Google Hangout runs through YouTube. Well, Google purchased YouTube. So putting content on YouTube used to be the way to go with video. It used to be that if you uploaded a video to YouTube, Google gave you more authority, that was more likely that that video would get shown in the search results, as long as, again, you used your keywords to title it. So if you're putting up a video for Parks and Rec, West Bloomfield Adult Fitness, and you title it, "Hey, come on down and see us jiggle," that's not going to show up for what you wanted it to show up for. Your content might be straight to the point, but your video is not going to show up in search results. You need to name your video the exact keyword of what you think your customers are searching for so that they can find it. That's very, very important. The title of the video has to match. And then there's a whole host of other things that you want to do to optimize that video as well, and that's one of the services that we help provide to our customers. But now that you can run a Google Hangout through YouTube, now it's kind of like you get double bang for your buck. So Google Hangouts rank like crazy. You almost don't have to do anything to them as long as you've titled them correctly and put the correct information in. Google just, it wants to show up. They love Hangouts. They promote people using them, so they rank them like crazy. Next thing is not leveraging your social media. So what you want to do with your social media is you want to actually create your video content, create your blog posts, and then get engagement on your social media by posting your video content, posting your blog posts to your social media with a link back to your blog. So you want to get engagement there, get people talking, and using and repurposing all of the content that you're creating across all of these networks is the best way to go. Who likes to sit down and write a 500-word article? Nobody. But could you stand and talk to a friend or an associate or do a quick interview with somebody, even if it's a mock interview, for 2 minutes and create a 3-minute video? Take your 3-minute video, have it transcribed, have a writer create a blog post from it. We'll create a blog post from it for you. That now is content that you can put out. And if you can talk for 10 minutes, you've probably got 6 months worth of content. You can chop up the video. YouTube actually gives you a video editor right inside of YouTube. You can just take the video that you've already uploaded to YouTube, and it allows you to chop it up. You can name each individual piece of it, each with a different keyword that you're targeting. So obviously you don't just have one keyword, you have multiple keywords. So using YouTube, using Facebook, Pinterest to post photos, any way that you can get your content out there, but don't think that you have to continuously create new content. Take a day, record a video, do an interview with somebody. Even if you don't want to do video, you just want to do audio. Speak into a microphone and do an interview. It will give you a tremendous amount of content. And there are ways to get it transcribed very easily, and again, just create a blog post from there. And then not developing and marketing your 5-star reputation. I'm going to get into that much more in a little bit. But this is the new SEO. This is the new way to do search engine optimization. Is anybody completely confused about what search engine optimization is? Can I explain that real quickly? No, you're all good? Okay. I mean, that's basically using your keywords and getting people to find you and showing up. So we already talked about that Google has created a free website for every businesses. Now, some businesses don't even know it's there. Some have claimed their free website, some have not, and to that I say yes. On your free website, Google has determined what they think should be on your website. So it's very important that you go out and you find your free website that Google created for you and claim it.
So simple question, where are they pulling what a business, like where do they pull the businesses from? What determines what a business is?
They use information from anywhere that they can find it online. Primarily, I mean, if you have a website, I mean, they're pulling data from there. The minute that you put anything online about yourself, I mean, Google is crawling everywhere. So they just aggregate data and they pull it together and they stick it into a website. So they may determine if you're actually a veterinarian, they may determine that you sell pet food. And so you may be online with a free website that says that your hours are, 9 to 3, Monday through Thursday. You're not open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and your primary category is that you're a pet food provider. Well, that's not true. You're a veterinarian, you're open from 8 to 6 every day, including Saturday, and your primary category is veterinarian. So Google is just guessing, and they're just using the best information that they can find about you, and it's not always right. In addition to that, people can put reviews on your Google Plus page. And if people are out there reviewing you and you don't know about it, that's a problem. So you need to optimize that page.
How do you correct it?
You want to claim it, so you want to go out and search for it. I'll show you in the search results how you might be able to find it, but you just want to go to places.google.com, and that will lead you into a kind of a little wizard to search for your business. They'll ask you the name of your business, or your business address, your business phone number, and you can search it, and they'll call up a number of places. They'll say, is this your business? Is this your business? You say, yes, this is my business. I want to claim it. Then they'll either require you to do a phone verification, and the phone verification will go to the phone number that's recorded with Google. So they have determined what your business phone number is, and if you can't answer that phone, then you're not going to be able to verify it. So then the other way to do it is they will mail a postcard to the business address with a code on it. And that takes about 2 weeks, and then once you receive that business postcard, then you enter the little code. You go back into that page that you're trying to claim, you enter the little code, and now they assume that you, yes, in fact, own that business. If you can't do either of those two, there are other methods, but they're much more involved, and you have to get in touch with Google, and that's not always an easy process. 99 times out of 100, you can claim it using just a phone number or the postcard. In the meantime, once you find it and you're optimizing it, you want to make sure that you're entering all of your correct business information, make sure your category is correct. If you have photos that you can upload, if you have videos that you can upload, make sure your address is correct. Put some information on there. Once you claim your Google Places page, Google is switching what they're doing. They're actually merging Google Places with Google Plus Local, and some businesses have already had their pages automatically merged. Google is very confusing. So I'm not even going to try to explain like the depths of that. Just suffice it to say that they're always trying to make things better, and in making it better, they have confused the daylights out of the normal business person. I mean, even people like me and my team that do this all day long, we're confused. We're constantly saying, okay, is this a Google Business page? Is this a Google Plus Local? Is this a Google Places page? Which dashboard do they have us in? So you definitely want to claim your page, but along the way, it's going to get a little bit confusing, and then they're going to start notifying you that they're merging your pages. So just try to go with it as best you can. I recommend actually having somebody do it for you that knows what they're doing, but at least get the process started and try to make sure that your business information is correct. Eventually, when it all goes through, it'll be a nice page where all your business information is located. But the point is, when people are looking for you online, they might be looking up to find just your address, and they'll type it into their smartphone. So the first thing that Google's going to return to them is your Google Places listing. So if your address is wrong or your phone number is wrong there, they're going to have a hard time finding you. We've already talked about all this. So we talked about the fact that people can post reviews on your Google Plus page, whether or not you have claimed it or not. So they may be there, they may not be. And your customers are making judgments about your business based on those reviews. So let's see, knowing your keywords, we talked about the best way to find your typical search string. It's some variation of your product or service plus your city, so that it's local, or the name of your company plus your city. So that's going to be your two main keyword searches that you want to know. And just when you get a chance, just go home and just start checking that out. Just start typing in those two different types of search strings. See who else is showing up when you type that in. You may be surprised that maybe you have every spot. That would be great. Maybe you're not even there. You want to know that and start working on that. So your keywords can tell you what your prospects and customers are searching for, what content you should be putting online, what content, oops, I got that on there twice, who your competition is, and where your competition is showing up that you are not. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the search results. This is a typical Google search result, and there's different kinds of results. So the top of it, in the red boxes there, those are paid listings. So people have paid to have their listings there. Is everybody familiar with the phrase PPC, pay per click? So every time somebody clicks on one of those links, the business that put those search results there are paying for them. For an attorney can be paying anywhere upwards of $85 and much more, especially if they don't have their pay per click optimized well. There's a way to do pay per click, and the person in the third place position could be paying $80, while the person in the first place position is paying $150 per click. simply because the guy in first place position didn't know how to optimize his pay-per-click ad. And so he's not getting a good enough click-through rate, so Google is charging him more to keep him there. So you can't just stick up an ad, you want to know how to optimize it correctly. The next section is your organic listings, and those are listings that Google just thinks are the best results for what you search for. It has nothing to do with who paid to be there. It does have to do with some search engine optimization, although search engine optimization has drastically changed, and it's gone more the way I just described with the blogging and the video posting and getting good quality content up on your website. It used to be that people could just pay people to put links to their website on all these other kind of almost even fake websites, and that would just push them up in the rankings. Well, that doesn't work anymore. Google is onto that, and they have kind of removed all of those people almost from the face of the earth. And if you get removed from Google, you're kind of removed from the face of the earth as a business. And then the next type of listing is a Google Plus local listing, and that's these little red map markers. So that would be your Google Places page that we just talked about. Okay, so where should you focus your marketing attention? You really kind of want to be everywhere, but let's talk about the PPC ugly little secret first. So the PPC ugly little secret that Yellow Pages reps and most internet marketing agencies won't tell you about marketing your business online is that typically people search in the red area. Can anybody identify what that red area is on Google there? That's the organic listings. That's not the paid listings. Okay, that's just people that have put good quality content online, that know what their customers are looking for, that are trustworthy, and that's the places that people are clicking. Nobody wants to be sold. People know that those top listings are there because somebody paid for them to be there, and I'm not saying that they don't click on them. About 5% of the time somebody will click on a paid listing. 95% of the time people are going to click on the organic listings, and they're going to click most of the time on the first 3. But even the ones all the way to the bottom of the page get equal billing with the paid listings. So if you can just do a little bit of content work and get yourself to the bottom of Google, you're going to be just as good as the guy that pays, $15, $20, $60, $80, $150 to get a click at the top of the page. So most companies want to be in the organic rankings or in the local places listings. So the third mistake is not creating video content. We pretty much went into this in detail a little earlier, so I'm going to fly through the slides since we have some limited time. And not leveraging social media. I pretty much went into this detail as well, so I'm going to go through these. Okay, not developing and marketing your reputation. If you spend time, money, and resources to get customers to find you, whether they're finding your store on the street, whether they're looking you up on their smartphone just to get your phone number or directions, whether you're sending them to your website because you've sent out a marketing piece, what are they going to do when they get there and you have a 2-star reputation, 2 out of 5? There's 5 little stars showing and only 2 of them are lit up. That's a problem, okay? What are you going to do when they say, it's a 3.5-star reputation, that's not bad, I'll check them out. They click on your reviews. You might have 4 really good reviews that are 2 years old, but the last 2, for whatever reason, your customer was having a bad day, you were having a bad day, your salesperson was having a bad day, whatever unfortunate situation happened that day, somebody decided that they were going to post a negative review about you. Okay, how many of you have ever gone to the movies and checked the reviews before you went? I mean, it's ingrained in us. We do it all the time. Google knows this, and Google is showing your reviews to everyone, and reviews are very well trusted. So we're going to get into some statistics on that. But one bad review can potentially sink your business. I mean, it can stop your phones from ringing. Nobody wants to go to a business where somebody just blasted you about how mean the salesperson was or about how you didn't take care of a little problem they had. They may have been completely wrong, and you may have fixed it. But in the meantime, they've posted a horrible review, and you don't even know it's there, and they may be happy with you now, but guess what? They're not going back online to post a happy review about you because you don't know it's there, you didn't ask them to, and now your customers are seeing that. Most businesses don't have a lot of bad reviews. I mean, everybody wants to think that they run their business, above ship and treat their customers very well. But people are going to leave bad reviews. You've seen them for hotels, you've seen them for restaurants, you see them for typical businesses. And again, if you have an employee that just for whatever reason was having a bad day, that employee is going to get called out in reviews. This This is just a funny slide that talks a little bit about the Google Zoo. If anybody's ever heard of panda, penguin, hummingbird, those are the things that Google, those are the animals that, I like to say, the animals that Google sicks on us to just destroy our Google business online. And every time they decide that somebody has figured out their system, they respond. So if you have a company that says, yeah, I'm going to do marketing for you and I'm going to get you to the first page of Google because we're going to do all these cool little ninja tricks that will, that will fool Google, and we're going to rank you up really fast, people pay a lot of money, and people pay $3,000 a month to get to the top of Google, but they're not doing it the way that I just described. They're not creating good quality content. They're not putting out video posts. They're not using authority. They're not creating content that their customers want to see. They're just using tricks. And Google is onto that, and then they change their system, and those people drop off. They're just gone. So don't spend money with somebody for SEO, for search engine optimization, unless they're helping you create good quality content and getting your customers to actually engage with it and put it out there. Hummingbird was the biggest change in search algorithms. It was they literally stripped down the way that they return search results and rebuilt it from the ground up, and they called it Hummingbird. And it used to be that you just put in a keyword search. And now they're actually taking your sentence. A lot of people type a full sentence in that Google search box. They're actually trying to understand. They're trying to be intelligent about what the sentence means. So you might have 2 keywords in there, but based on how you structure the sentence, they're going to return different results because they're looking for what were you really looking for, not just what articles have those keywords in it that we can return, but what information were you really trying to find. So that was the whole Hummingbird update. So the old SEO was how do I rank for this query. The new SEO is how do I best answer the questions my users have. So is SEO dead? No, it's just completely different. Content is king. This is basically everything we just talked about, just in the interest of time. I'm just going to move through this quickly here. The last item here, investing in Google. You absolutely want to be invested in Google in all of the ways that you can be. So, as we said, people are looking online for your services. So whether you're a plumber, a dentist, a doctor, a hospital, a restaurant, people are looking for you, but consumers have moved outside of the traditional purchasing funnel, and they're changing the way they research and buy everything from computers to cars. They're looking online first. They're doing all of their research. So if your marketing doesn't match that, you're going to have a hard time keeping up with your competition. So Wired magazine considers the biggest shift in online marketing to be the new reputation economy. We're doing on time. What you want to do is build a 5-star reputation and then market your reputation. So we're going to talk about that. Is online reputation just a fad? Who has gotten a referral to a business from your mom or your sister, your husband, and just taken it carte blanche? You just said, I trust that person. They went there. They know it's a great business. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm not even going to question it. That's a great referral. How often is a business likely to have one of their customers refer their sister, and then the sister shows up? That's one customer refers one person, and then the person comes in, right? And then they're hoping it happens again maybe a couple hours later. It doesn't happen a couple hours later. It might happen once a week if they're lucky, if they really, remind people, hey, by the way, if you like our services, tell your friends. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, that is the best source of business. Who here thinks that your best customers are the customers that were referred to you? Customers that are referred spend more, stay longer, and they have an instant trust of you, so you're not fighting that battle. Well, because your reputation is your greatest asset, you know that one bad review can also flip that upside down. So if somebody says, don't ever go to that business, your entire family, nobody's ever going there. I mean, they've talked about it at dinner, they've talked about it at breakfast, they've talked about it on Facebook, nobody's going there. Nobody in your family will ever go there. So the quickest way to get more customers is a referral, a good referral, obviously, and that's what we're going to work on. So the online marketing game has completely changed, but nobody even knows about it, at least not yet. It's coming. If you have 3 businesses online that you're looking for, and one has the 3 stars, 4 good reviews and 2 bad reviews, one has no reviews. No reviews is almost the same as a bad reputation because nobody has said anything good about you. But that's a concern. How come nobody likes your company? Either nobody's been there, or nobody liked what you did enough to say something nice about you. And then service number 3 has 6 5-star reviews. Which business are you going to use? Number 3. You're at least going to give them the benefit of the doubt. You're going to start there. If you're going to do further research, fine, but that's at least where you're going to start. So an online review is the same as a personal referral. It's just from a stranger. So now instead of it being one-to-one, one person refers one customer, now you've got an online review referring potentially thousands of people. So a good reputation can make your phone ring. A bad reputation can put your business in jeopardy. It's that simple. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's the way that people are. This is a restaurant manager that says that Yelp is killing his business. And just in the interest of time, I'm not going to read the entire article, but this is a restaurant manager in Jupiter, Florida that opened a business. And his problem was that although he had a great new business and he thought his customers loved him, he had one or two customers that were putting bad reviews up on Yelp. And his concern now is that his business is stagnating because people are seeing the reviews on Yelp and they're not coming into his business. He's beside himself. He doesn't know what to do. So this was a news article. The problem with Yelp is that Yelp filters reviews like crazy. So if you've never posted a review online and then you go to Yelp and you post a review, a positive one, they're not likely to show it. If you've never posted a review online and you go to Yelp and you post a negative review, they love that. It's an unfortunate situation. Who here has gotten a phone call from Yelp, like in the past 6 months? What are they trying to do?
Sell.
Yeah. They want you to buy their directory listing. So just like I told you, you're already listed on Google. You're probably already listed on City Search. You're probably already listed in Merchant Circle, Insider Circle, or Insider Pages. You're listed everywhere. Yelp is using that to their advantage. Yelp has built up this huge infrastructure, and businesses want to be there, especially places like restaurants. And now what they're doing is they're only showing the bad reviews, but lo and behold, if you answer their phone call and upgrade to their premium service, bang, all your positive reviews show up. What's that about? A good friend of mine was at a conference and the director of Yelp was on stage. He almost got ran off the stage because business owners were just so irate with what they're doing over there. So you really need to be on top of what's going on online with your directories and do something about it, and that's what we help our customers with. So this was just another case study. I needed to get I was out in North Hollywood masterminding with one of my associates, and I needed to get a computer repaired. And while I was out there, I did a Google search. Well, I didn't know any of the businesses there, so I was at the mercy of other people's reviews. I happened to find this one place, and it's really kind of hard to see in the slide, but that place has a 5-star reputation, and they have 65 reviews. Okay, it's not just that 3 people like them. Over 65 reviews, they maintained a 5-star reputation. That place was somewhere that I was willing to call and take my computer to. You can see how important my computer is to me. I'm not taking it anywhere. So that's, people are looking. And this is Sherry Beauchamp. And again, in the interest of time, I'm not going to read this story, but she had the exact same experience. She was looking for a place to have her computer repaired. She is up in Canada. She went online and she looked everywhere. And her story says basically that she filtered through the reviews by determining anyone that had a bad review anytime recently, period, was just out. She wasn't even considering them. They were just off the table for her. So she went down the list until she found somebody that had a good reputation with no bad reviews, and that's where she took her computer. So again, it might not have been the store's fault. The store might have done a perfectly good job for that customer. The customer just posted a bad review, and the store did not respond to it or do anything about it, and they lost a customer. Not only did they lose a customer, they lost a potential referral, a potential good review, which could translate to thousands of referrals using the online review system. Yeah?
I have a question about Angie's List.
Yeah.
You pay to be in Angie's List, so how good is that reputation if they're paying to be there?
You pay to be in there, but you pay for them to list you, and then you're getting referrals from Angie's List. But people that use Angie's List are still putting reviews on it. I mean, the reviews that they're posting there are valid. They're real reviews. So Angie's List is a very reputable directory listing service.
But you also have to pay to use it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. There are premium directory listings.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of directory listings get their money from advertising. Yelp gets their money by extorting it from people. Angie's List is just one that because it's a pay-for-lead type of thing. Right. So Angie's List is doing their own marketing to put out advertisements on your behalf. And so it's kind of like a communal advertising area. And that's why it's paid. But the people that are using the services really are looking for legitimate contractors, and they really are putting back in legitimate reviews. So businesses that have the Angie's List Super Service Award, that's a very reputable award to have. I have customers that have Angie's List Super Service Customer Award, and we have them on their website, and we market those.
But you can find those outside of Angie's List as well.
The contractors?
Reviews, right?
Yeah. Now, the Angie's List reviews are contained within Angie's List. So you're only really going to see them if you go to Angie's List. Okay. Occasionally, they'll show up in search results, but depending on how well positioned you are online, you're going to have all sorts of listings show up online. You're going to have your reviews from Yelp, your reviews from Google, maybe a video you posted, a blog article that you posted, your website, your Google Plus local page. Google is not as likely to show the paid directory listings in search results unless you actually go looking for them. So if you really want to know what somebody's reputation is in Angie's List, you're going to have to physically search for Angie's List reviews for that business. Google is more likely to show the reputation, the reviews for, number one, that are posted right on Google. I mean, they're going to post those right with your website. And then they'll show Yelp, and then just depending, Super Pages, Yellow Pages Plus, depending on where your reviews are at. But the more traditional directories are the ones that are going to show up. Does that answer your question? This particular computer repair company that had 65 positive reviews out in North Hollywood also had a very good Yelp reputation, so that's what I'm showing you there. Now, there is a way to get your Yelp reviewers online. Yelp has what they call elite reviewers. And elite reviewers are people that are active on Yelp and they post a lot of reviews. Whenever they post a review, it goes. Okay, Yelp likes them. There are restaurants that actually have Yelp reviews. They're called elite Yelp reviewers, and restaurants actually will have elite Yelp reviewer parties where they'll invite their elite Yelp reviewers, give them free food or free dinner or whatever. And you gotta be really careful with that. You can't bribe people to give you good reviews, but there is a way to get around that. And you can invite people that have reviewed you on Yelp, just as my Yelp community. Hey, if we're connected with you on Yelp somehow, here's your special invitation. We'd like to invite you to a free dinner. But you can never bribe somebody to give you a review. You get in big trouble for that. You can bribe somebody to take the time to review you. I don't know if anybody caught that language there. You can bribe somebody to take the time to review you. You cannot bribe somebody to give you a good review. See the difference?
Yeah.
And nobody's going to hand you your business a good review. You have to fight for it. So this is a phrase, I love this phrase. Victory goes to the one with superior forces at the point of contact. An army of 5-star reviews is superior forces. So the marketing, there's 4 marketing game changers that have really happened recently. And this goes right into the reputation marketing. So marketing game changer number 1 is that 80 million Google Plus pages are now merged with each company's website to reveal your reputation. So if you search for any company name plus their city, Google is going to return to you the reputation. You see the 5 stars, the underline there? So it used to be that you would search for a company in a city and just the website would show up, and maybe some other things that they posted online. Now Google has literally merged your website and your reviews. So that's why I'm saying if you haven't claimed your Google Plus page and you don't know what's there, if you have a bad review, Google's showing it. Now they're not going to show it until you have, I believe the number is now is 5. They're constantly changing things, but typically they won't show you until you have 5. It'll just show up as nothing. There'll just be nothing there. But you can see on this one has 3.7 reviews. That's bad. This guy probably doesn't want his bad review, his bad reputation broadcast to the world, but he doesn't have a choice. Google is putting it there whether he wants them to or not. And 3.7 is not a good reputation. Okay, you want to have a minimum of 4.5 because that is essentially the same, rounding from middle school. You want to have a 4.5 reputation so that you can call it a 5-star reputation. People are looking for 5-star businesses. Now, that's a search on a desktop. If you do a search on your mobile phone, right here, you're out driving around, you're looking for a business, same exact thing. Right down there at the bottom, you search on a mobile phone, shows you the name of the business, and immediately underneath it, it shows your reputation. And not only does it show your reputation, it's clickable. So you're on your way into a business and it says, oh, they have 2.7. And you're like, ooh, I better check that out. Click. Review, 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 don't go here. The salespeople are so mean. I wanted to return something, they wouldn't let me. Boom, you're driving to the next place. I mean, you're just off and running. So any local business that you look up online, it's going to show you their reputation. So your reviews are not only showing up just where I showed you along with your website, they're showing up on your Google, well now what they call it Google Plus Local. I can't keep track anymore. Google Places, Google Plus Local, it's all the same thing anymore. But your reviews are showing up there. They're showing up if you're placing the pay-per-click ads. Your reviews are showing up with your PPC ads. Do you know that? That would be like sending out a postcard for your business. And by the way, here's 3 people that think we're awful. Okay? You're paying for a pay-per-click ad. You may or may not be optimizing your pay-per-click ad well to make sure that you're getting the lowest cost per click. But in addition, you're paying for them to showcase a potentially bad review. And just because you don't have one right now today doesn't mean that you don't have the possibility of having one tomorrow and that you don't even know about it. So it's showing up in pay-per-click, it's showing up in your website rankings and all the regular organic rankings down there at the bottom and in your local directories, the Google, Bing, Yahoo, Yelp, all of those. They're all showing your reputation. So the point is that SEO, social media, pay-per-click, local marketing, none of it works anymore if you have a bad reputation. Again, imagine sending out a postcard and broadcasting to the world a customer that didn't like your business. So you want to, well, it used to be that businesses would think, okay, I'm going to market my business. I'm going to develop a website. I'm going to pay for some SEO. I'm going to put some social sites up. I'm going to engage on Facebook and Twitter, and I'm going to get all these people to come to my website. I'm going to mail out postcards. I'm going to put flyers all over. Hey, my business is opening. And then they go about building their 5-star reputation after the fact. Okay, they spent all this money on marketing. Well, now you've got somebody saying, I felt it was overpriced, I felt rushed, they were unfriendly, they had bad customer service. So this is the wrong way to go about it. You've spent all this money to put marketing out there, and you haven't even done anything about your reputation yet. So that's the wrong way to do it. The right way to do it is to start by building your 5-star reputation first. You all have customers that will give you a review, a positive review. It doesn't take a lot. You all have somebody that loves you that will give you a positive review. Then take those positive reviews and market them to get more business. You want to use them in all of the different marketing pieces that you possibly can. So 79% of buyers trust reviews as much as they trust personal recommendations. So again, if your mom, your sister recommends you, refers you to someone, that's getting a recommendation from a buyer from a stranger is almost as good. As a matter of fact, this is a Nielsen study. You can see the top row here. Recommendations from people I know are trusted 92%, of course, I mean that's a given. The very next trustworthy type of marketing is recommendations or consumer opinions posted online from a complete stranger. Okay, so you can spend all the money in the world doing editorials, newspaper advertising, radio ads, magazine ads, sending flyers, sending postcards. But the 2 things that people are giving the most trust to are consumer opinions, whether or not they know the person. And then once they trust those consumer opinions, they're looking for a minimum, and this is all based on Nielsen statistics, they're looking for a minimum of 6 to 10 reviews before your business is trusted. So if you have no reviews online, you're not, you can't say, oh, I've escaped this, I have no reviews. That's just as bad, you're not trusted. You're just a business that, stuck a sign on the front of your window, stuck a website up, nobody trusts you. They have no reason to trust you. They want a minimum of 6 to 10 reviews, and that was a response by 70% of the people that were interviewed on this. So if you don't have at least 6 5-star reviews, your business is not trusted. Yelp, if you have a half-star increase on Yelp in your restaurant, it will increase your business by 19%. Okay, so now this study was done specifically for a restaurant, but you can see how it would carry over into other businesses as well. A half-a-star increase. So how much value is there in a restaurant putting a little bit of effort into getting their customers to review them to increase their star rating by a half a star? I mean, how many times have you gone to a hotel and said, do you want to stay at the 3-star hotel or the 5-star hotel? I mean, yeah, there's price involved, but if there was no price involved, if it was just because somebody said, yeah, this is a 3-star and this is a 5-star, you're going to the 5-star, hands down. Okay, restaurants can do the same thing. Every business can do the same thing. It doesn't matter what your business is. People want to use the 5-star business. So what is reputation marketing? Again, it's just building a 5-star reputation online and then leveraging that reputation to get more customers. So if you don't know your current reputation, we run custom reputation reports for your business. So that's something that we'll do. We'll search through and see what bad reviews exist out here across all the major directories. We'll tell you where you're listed, where you're not listed, if it's claimed, if it's not claimed. And I have a little surprise for you at the end, so I'll tell you about that. How do you create a reputation marketing strategy? Well, there's 4 phases of it. First, you want to build your reputation, and you do that by getting reviews. And it's really just a simple process of asking your customers to review you. You can do that through asking them to review you directly online on Google, Yelp, and Bing, the big 3, and then they'll be aggregated over to the other review sites. Or you can ask them to review you on a private review page. Now, private review page is something that we build for our customers. We brand it to look just exactly like your own website. It lives on a domain that you control, and the reviews that come into it are, we call it triaged. So we triage the reviews. So if you get a great review, a 4 or 5-star review, we redirect that person. We say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for leaving such a wonderful review. We'd really like it if you could take that review and copy it and put it out on your favorite directory listing, Google, Yahoo, Bing. The reason that we don't ask people to go there directly, anybody give me an idea why you don't want people to go there?
Because you don't know what they're going to say.
You don't know what they're going to say, exactly. And a second reason is posting a review on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. First of all, you have to be logged into one of those. And if you're not logged in, you have to create an account. Okay, that's enough to turn off 9 out of 10 people right from the get-go. They're like, yeah, I'll review you. Click. Oh, I have to log in. I have to create an account. Then I have to find where's that little review button to hit it. Okay, you're going to pretty much lose everybody at that point. If you can send them to a private review page that there's no barriers. It just says, what's your name? What city are you from? What star rating do you give us? And can you tell us 2 or 3 sentences about your experience? That's easy. You can do that on your cell phone. Okay, so we provide those pages. We do the custom graphics to look exactly like your website. The customer puts the review in. If it's a positive review, then we politely ask them, we thank them very much on video. I prefer to have my customers record the video, but I have a generic video that we use. Thank them very much. Ask them if they would please go ahead and post that review out online on their directory of choice, and we give them direct links to your review page, and we even give them the option to just hit a button to copy the private review that they pasted and just paste it right out onto the online review site. Now, if it's a negative review, anything from 3 stars down, or we say not so great, we thank them again politely for taking the time to review us. We don't send them to Google, Yahoo, or Bing, and we immediately send you an email that says, hey, you just had a customer that's not real happy with your services. You have probably a day to fix this. Okay, so you get their information, their contact information, their email. We can ask for phone numbers. We don't always. We find that it tends to prevent people from filling out the form more often than not. So we usually just ask for their name and their email. But you need to get in touch with this customer and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for leaving us a review. I'm so sorry you had, a not so great experience with us. It's our company's position to treat all of our customers well and to fix any problems that we may have had. What can we do to fix this? Because the worst thing that you can have is an unhappy customer telling 15 other people never to go to your business. So if you know immediately that somebody was unhappy, you can turn around and fix it. By asking them to review you, you're giving them license to tell you what they weren't happy with. A lot of times customers aren't happy, they don't tell you. I mean, you don't even know. They're either too polite because they don't want to say anything, to you, or they just don't care enough to say something, but they know they're never coming back, and they're for sure never referring to anyone else. But because you didn't ask, they don't tell you, you don't know.
Yeah. That's why polls always says at the end of your experience, go online and fill in our survey or something. Yeah. They want that review.
They want the review. They want the feedback. We also ask when people leave the review, we have a terms of service on there that says, you're giving, by clicking, submit this review, you're giving us permission to post that review. So the next thing you want to do is you want to actually post the reviews online. You want to market the reputation. So that is, I mean, hands down, the best sales and marketing strategy right there is taking the reviews and marketing them. So to market them, we're putting them out on your social media sites. So we'll actually set up accounts on all of the social media sites if you don't have them for you. And then we create graphic images of your positive reviews, and we're posting them out there. So if you're ever not sure what to put on your social media, putting positive reviews out there, especially if you can put them in an image format, is a great way to use your social media. So we actually do that for you, and or for our customers. And we go out and we create the positive reviews like in a nice little image with your logo on it, post it to your social media accounts. You can use your reviews at the bottom of emails. You can use them on invoices. You can put them on postcards that you're sending out, any of your marketing pieces. You want to use them as often as you possibly can. Okay, and then you want to create a culture within your business of how to get good reputation. So it's not enough for just you sitting here in this room to know this. I'm assuming most of you have employees or people that work for you, people that work in your organization. How are you possibly going to explain to them why it's so important to have good reviews? And not only why it's so important, but that, how to do it. So we know that, so we provide you a reputation training center that all of your customers or all of your staff members can go through, and it even has a little quiz at the end, and it reports back to you that your staff has watched the training videos. They're about 40 minutes long, and then reports back to you at the end so that you know that your staff has got the same mindset as you do. So you don't need my company to do this. I don't want to put that out there. You can go about getting your own reviews, and you absolutely should. You need to ask every single customer that comes through your door, hey, if you liked our service today, please go out and review us on Google. Please go out and review us on your favorite directory listing. And make sure your staff understands how important it is. Give them some language to let your customers know how much you appreciate their feedback, just like Kohl's does. I can't think of any major retailer I've gone to lately that hasn't said, by the way, take 5 minutes and fill out our survey at the end. Their survey is a review. They're looking for feedback. So, and we actually can do surveys as well. We can ask feedback questions on our review forms. So it's just really important to make sure that everybody in the circle is engaged in using the review process. I have a customer who owns a recreational club for children, and we put this review system in place, and he immediately got, I want to say it's over 160 positive reviews privately. Now, only about 10 to 15 of those translated out to online, so that gives you an idea of how many people are willing to go through that process. But it really only takes 5 online to get a good 5-star reputation, and then you want to continue to build that. So they still continue to trickle in, and that's important because you always want to have current reviews. If you have 5 great reviews but they're a year old, that's kind of the same problem. What have you done for me lately? You haven't done anything great lately. You need to keep those coming in. So continuing to get the private reviews, you can post all of those on your website. And then eventually somebody will go out and actually post online and build that reputation online for you too, but you're using that everywhere. But my customer had a situation where he found out that there were 3 customers who all submitted a review that said, you know what, we really like your business, but we're not going there anymore because there was this one situation where this was happening with my child. And it wasn't enough for them to say something. They just decided, it's just not for us, we're not going to go there anymore. Well, the owner of the business found out that one of his coaches was requiring the child in a recreational class to do something that would only be required of somebody that was basically on their club team. Long story short, but it involved having a recreational child being punished with the use of conditioning. So kind of like a football player. But the kids were 3 and 4 years old. The coach just was overzealous, and the parents didn't like it, nor should they. The owner of the business had no idea this was going on and was just beside himself, got on the phone with all 3 of these parents and had a very nice conversation with them. I'm so sorry, that's not our policy, that's not how we run our business. All 3 of those customers are back in his business, and they're recurring customers. They come back session after session after session. So you really need to know what your customers are thinking, but you're going to have to ask. A great way to ask for reviews is to use postcards, to use review cards, and I have some here of mine that you can see as samples. Print postcards that simply say, please review us. Give them a link to your Google review page. You can link them right to it. Send out an email and ask for it. We tell all of our customers, just send an email to your customer list and ask them to review you. It's that simple. Ask them if they would just please take just a minute to provide you some feedback. You value them as a customer. Can you please provide us with some feedback and a review? We'd really appreciate it. Just letting people know that they're doing you a favor, that you'd really appreciate it. A lot of your customers that love you are going to respond, and bang, you'll have a bunch of reviews that you can use in your other marketing pieces. So email templates is something that we also provide to our customers, and again, the private review page. So you want to have the posting strategy. Getting your reviews posted on your website, number one, is fabulous. If you don't have reviews on the first page of your website, and people, if they're searching information about your company, the first thing they want to know is, do other people trust you? Do other people think you're a good company? So have reviews on the first page of your website. Even if it's just you've got one person to give you a good review and you just type it up and you stick it on there and it's there forever, have a review on the front of your website. Video reviews are amazing. And using Google Hangouts are a great way to do that. You can use a Google Hangout to get in touch with one of your customers, do a quick conversation with them. Maybe you need to touch base with one of your customers once a month for some reason. While you're touching base with them, do it on a Google Hangout. Ask them, by the way, could you take just a minute and review us? And then take that piece of the video and put it on your website. Video reviews are amazing. Put them on YouTube, put them on your website, put them everywhere you can. You can, how many people have ever posted a video to Facebook? Upload a video review to Facebook. Take your cell phone. Walk up to somebody and say, wow, did you have a really great experience with us today? Or somebody, what if somebody is just saying, oh my gosh, we just love it here. You guys have been so great to us. You really helped my mom. Thank you so much. We can't say enough about this place. Really? Would you mind saying that again? Okay? And then upload it to Facebook. Upload it to YouTube. Use it everywhere you can. These are just other places that you can put it. We've already talked about using the Google Hangout. We're out of time, so I'm going to kind of fly all through these. I just want to mention Google Hangouts are totally free. There's absolutely no charge for using Google Hangout ever. You never get charged for anything, and they rank like crazy. So let's get through all this. So this is all the things that we do for our customers that I've already talked about. This is a case study. I did an expert interview with one of my customers. I said, let's just do an expert interview, and we're actually developing a whole TV station, or not TV, it's an online TV station, not a real TV station. But we're doing expert interviews now with our customers. And we really didn't do a whole lot to his video. We just recorded the Google Hangout, allowed Google to post it. We optimized it correctly. He's now getting business because of this. Do you see this little thumbnail? How much more impressive does that look than any of these other listings? You're looking, all I typed in was CPA Waterford. That search term has 398,000 possible results. And because I did an interview with this gentleman and posted it with the right keywords and did a little bit of optimization for the video, it is showing up right up there at the top of Google. He is getting business from that, I guarantee it. He calls me all the time and says, I'm getting business from my listing online. It also had the effect of pulling up his own website, because that YouTube video is linked into his Google Plus account, which is linked to his website. So Google was like, oh, this is an important website, and pushed it up. And then he's asking his customers for reviews using our review system, and he's now got a 4.9 reputation with 7 Google reviews posted right out online, and you can see that's merged right with his website. So he's got, for Waterford CPA, how many CPAs are in Waterford? A lot. He's got spots, I think that one's paid, this one's organic. He's got 2, 3, and 4. That's incredible. We really didn't do that much. We just followed the rules. We followed the new SEO. So these are other sample hangouts of that. This is what one of my customers' private review pages looks like. If you go to their website, you'll see it looks almost identical to their website. So it's branded very well. It's very nice looking. It's very easy to leave a review. Just a couple of quick questions, and they post a review. And then this is an image of the review showing up on their website. That's actually the bottom half of their homepage. So the top half would have their header. But as you scroll down their page to look for their information, you're seeing their most current reviews showing there. Regardless of whether or not they went out and posted them on Google, we've just taken the reviews that came in privately and put them on their website. And we've also posted them on Facebook and Pinterest, LinkedIn, PhotoBucket. And this one down on the bottom right, that's a video review. Okay, video reviews are very, very, very useful. Okay, taking a positive approach to reviews just allows you to mitigate any bad reviews. And I'm going to kind of let it go at that, because the rest of this is all pretty much stuff that I've covered. I do want to let you know, I'm just going to fly through all these, using your reviews on your website, on your email marketing. It helps you get ranked in Google. The reputation report that I talked about earlier that I said I had a surprise for some of you. I actually have reputation reports run for for some of you that I knew that were coming. So it's a $197 reputation report that I did for you, so you can take a look and see. Some of you had no reviews, so that's your reputation report says, hey, we can't even find it. Some of you had some. What can you do now after this presentation? First of all, thank you very much for being here. I enjoyed doing this presentation for the Chamber. Suzanne, thank you for asking me to be here. We do the expert interviews, the one like I showed you for my customer. We typically will charge $2,000 to do a full-blown expert interview and all of the SEO ranking and all of that. Right now, what we're doing is we're building a new .tv channel, local expert hangout.tv. So we're actually providing those in a beta format occasionally for some customers that qualify that we know that we want to work with. So if you're interested in doing that, come talk to me. And then in the end, you can choose to do one of three things. You can choose to do nothing and change nothing about your business. So if you're not ready to do anything, if you just want to take the information that I gave you today and say, oh my gosh, that's great information, thank you so much. That's great, that's why I'm here. I'd love to educate people. I will tell you everything I know about marketing, because if you can go do it by yourself, more power to you. I have no problem with that whatsoever. So ask away. I have no problem sharing everything I know. It's why I mastermind with people across the country. We share everything we know. It makes us all better. And sometimes some of you become my customers, and that's great too. But for those that don't, I'm happy to share all the information I possibly can. Second option is you can find a traditional marketing agency that will monitor your reviews for you and at least send you alerts. There's a lot of online companies that you can find that will monitor your reviews and just send you alerts at least of when you're getting a bad review. Number three is if you are interested in working with us and my expert team to put all of this entire process together for you, let us handle it for you. We obviously are available to do that for you. So I do have applications today if you're interested to apply to be a reputation marketing program customer. I have forms up there for that. And I do have a gift for everyone today. So for anyone that wants to apply today, again, I have your free reputation report customized for your business. And I'm going to actually just go ahead and give those out to anybody that's here that I knew that was coming, that I have your reputation report. We will cover the cost 100% of doing a live expert interview and doing the production of that. I'll have all the graphics across the bottom and the whole deal. It takes about 2 hours to do those. 2 hours of your time. We do a dress rehearsal first, and then we do the final expert interview, but it really does position you as a leader, as an expert in your space. And then for anybody that signs up today, I will cut the setup fee of setting up all of those social media sites, claiming your Google Plus page, setting everything up for you by 50%. So we normally charge $1,500. If you're interested and you'd like to apply today, we'll cut that in half by $750. If you're not sure, it sounds interesting, but you really want more information, you want a custom proposal, we can put that together for you too. So that's same application, same form. Just let me know. There's just a little checkbox. I'm not sure today, but I definitely would like a custom proposal just to see what you can do for a business. So for the first 2 people, if anybody wants to take advantage today, we're also going to do a SEO ranking of that video like I showed you in my case study. We'll throw the book at it. We'll do everything we possibly can to rank that video. I don't know why that just happened. We'll do everything we possibly can to rank that video, and we'll include a free press release through Newswire that gets syndicated out across all the major news networks. We normally charge $350 to do that. I've done a couple for the Chamber of Commerce. I don't know if you've seen those. One thing about press releases and Hangouts, there's a video in a press release. You can publish a press release at an event and do a live Google Hangout inside your press release. So if you've got a big event, a grand opening or something that you're announcing and you want to broadcast live inside your press release, take the embed code from your Google Hangout, embed it into that press release. So you publish the press release, and then when they hit to play the video, if they watch it live, you're now broadcasting a live Google Hangout of whatever's happening at your event. So really neat SEO marketing tool there. So that's it. I'm done. If anybody has any questions, I will leave this information here, this is just if you'd like more information, or if you want to go ahead and get started today, either way, it's there. And if you liked the presentation today, I would really appreciate it if you go ahead and review it. And it just gives the website that you go to, clienttechreviews.com. And Suzanne, I created a feedback review page for the chamber too, that I don't know if you've publicized yet.
That's great. That's great.
So when Suzanne publicizes that, if you like the chamber, take a minute and review the chamber as well. It'll help the chamber out.
I hope you like me. I hope you really like me.
The scraper.
Sally, yeah, the scraper. And it's not a bribe, but I do have some free. Anyone want some hand sanitizer?
Bad review. Okay, so let's say in single buses, you get a 2 review or something. First of all, they try to strengthen things, I think, so that people just can't realize. Try to give you a bad review, number 1, and what would you recommend if you get a bad review? What can you do?
A couple of things. Use one
Oh,
of these
yes,
forms,
yes,
and it's just bullshit. So there is, and on most directory sites, they were going to figure out what they don't usually respond. So that's really important. A lot of times, people need hand sanitizer avoid that's a disruptive. There has to be a lot of evidence. You really have to fight with the directory sites to get a review removed, but you can do it. There is a process to be looked at. The better thing to do is to not I still have to coming in, then beyond that, beyond overwhelming, by getting an alert that a reviewer just posted about you, we will notify you within a couple hours. Uh-oh, you just got a bad review. The sooner that you can get in touch with that customer and fix the problem, you can then ask them, could you please go back online and either rescind your review or respond back to it and sometimes a bad review actually can be a good review. Because some customers will find that they trust businesses that, although they may have made a mistake, the business went the extra mile to fix the mistake. So if you can get to that customer right when the situation's hot and have them go back online and repost follow-up comments, that can actually be better than everything else. Because then business, customers will trust that you've just done something to fix whatever the bad was. So they know that they can expect the same service.
Is there a way to comment on a bad review?
Absolutely, yeah. If you claim your Google page, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. If you claim your Google page, if you claim your Yelp page, you want to claim all your directories, then you can log into there and respond. And an owner response to a bad review is a great way to mitigate it. It's basically explaining your side of the story. Now, if you don't want to be combative, you just want to simply let them know that, it's not your policy, very excited to come, please come in, let us fix the problem. I have seen people respond to bad reviews where the reviewer was really mean, and then the owner responds back and is equally as combative, and it just kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. He may have responded, but now you're just kind of like, I just don't want anything to do with that place. That guy's obviously a hothead too. That doesn't help the case. So a little more apologetic, a little more politically correct usually works better.
Yeah, but recently found a review, and this review clearly spent hours writing. It was amazing. And we're now trying to figure out what to do with this. And the facts are, yeah, we did mess up, but we immediately turned around and fixed it. And the mother of the bride even apologized to us for her daughter's mistake.
That's the kind of thing I don't know how long you're willing to take it, but if you can really impress upon them that, you really have done everything in your power to make it right, and they appreciate the fact that, it is affecting your business, and if they could find it within themselves to help you out, and at least if they were unhappy, fine, they've made their case, but can they also go back in there and say, although, this situation happened, they really did go the extra mile to fix it. if there's any way you can get them to do that. But beyond that, I mean, get some more reviews about that. I mean, start, make that 1 out of 20 instead of the one that everybody's reading. Because people will start to realize, okay, there are just people in the world that are unhappy.
Nothing.
And there's nothing you can do about that. So if you can show a constant pattern of people that just love everything you did, and you responded to a negative review, that will help mitigate it. And that's why the alerts are so useful, because sometimes our businesses, 4 months goes by, and they don't know why they're suddenly, their business has dropped off, they're doing everything they can figure it out. They don't even know they have a Google Plus page that's got reviews on it, and meanwhile, people are searching them out online all the time. Why they got reviews and not coming into their business, they don't even know it. And they have no idea why, so that's why the alerts are so useful. And they're morality. We send a positive review alert. I mean, our customers ask around, they're like, oh my gosh, we got a positive review, especially if one of the staff members Davis mentioned. We'll say, hey, you have a contest with your staff, see how many reviews, positive reviews they can post about themselves when their name mentioned it. So we've got, we give our customers, I can talk about this, a media center, where it's under all of your custom graphics, and you can literally just click into your media center and say print postcards. It's already created, branded for your company, it's all in existence. We can postcards, bookmarks, flyers, table tents, business cards, and you can print them, and they're not expensive to print. And every single week it comes into your business, if you like a larger postcard, then we're postcards. If you ever want to get your wish, I bought something on pricing, and I hadn't checked it. I hadn't gotten into my car, and I knew that I had put it in my car. We really appreciate this. Every company is doing something, know the value of company. It's important to get engaged, because otherwise, your competitors are going to figure it out for you. And meanwhile, they're moving up, so they all look, they look like rock stars online, and you're just losing this. This is just my video part. This is my actual. I want my actual part.
How are you?
I did not, I called up last year.
Try to catch up personally, but later today is.
Yeah, we're back.
I just want to finish
Oh, yeah.
This is.
I figured I'd make happy for him.
That's
From where?
Choosing to do this.
That's why I'm glad you're here.
Exactly. Yep. That's it.
What I'll do is I have the regular video too, so I will edit. Yeah, and I'll send you the. Yeah. And then, I'd love to get your. Good to see you. I know.
Chris, a little bit later.
So now I have any questions, because in addition to the review, I actually asked a couple questions.
Okay.
So that not only are you.
I'll get a chance to look at shopping cart, that probably didn't have information on there.
I have.
I think you guys.
Hey, the Chamber of Commerce has, would really appreciate feedback. Just a moment.
Yeah, you were.
Something there, I'll catch up with that.